Hey, thanks for spending time with me today. I'm sure that you'll feel that by listening to this podcast, you'll be spending your time wisely. Today, I'm going to help you build your vocabulary, and I hope that doesn't make you too spent.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 834. Here's how to spend. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Happy English Podcast. I'm your English teacher, Michael, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Today, we're going to talk about using spend, a small word with a lot of power. Now, you might just think that it's about money, but spend has a few really useful and interesting meanings. And if you're like a lot of English learners, you might sometimes get tripped up on how to use spend. So, let's break it down together. The most common way we use spend is with time. You can say that you spend time doing something, or you can mention a specific amount of time. Like today, I spent an hour cleaning the house. Thanks, Max. I spent an hour. You can also spend the weekend, spend 3 years, or spend your whole life. Like, I spent a lot of time looking for a new computer. Or, we spent the weekend in Boston. It was great. Jenny said she spends several hours a day working in her garden. And it shows. It looks amazing. You can also spend time with someone. Like, I spent the day with my grandmother, or we love spending time with our friends on the weekends. So, spend time with someone is a warm, friendly phrase. And in a similar but deeper way, you can spend your life doing something. We use spend your life doing something when we talk about long-term projects or activities, like Mother Teresa spent her life helping people. Or Frank and his wife bought an RV so they can spend the rest of their life traveling around the country. It gives a sense of purpose and how someone uses their time overall. Of course, you can also spend money. You can say that you spend money on something, or you can be more specific, like spend $100 or spend a lot of money. Like Jack said he spent a lot of money on that suit. Or Eddie spent $1,000 in Vegas and lost everything. And me? Well, I don't go to Starbucks much. I don't want to spend $5 on one cup of coffee. And speaking of money, it's a good idea to spend wisely. This means to use your money in a practical way, like not wasting your money. I remember when I was a kid and I got paid the first time for my part-time job. My dad told me to spend my money wisely. It's good advice, right? We usually use spend wisely when we talk about money, but spend wisely can also be used for time too. Like, we only have 3 days here in New York City, so let's spend our time wisely so that we can see and do as much as possible. And here's another cool way to use spend. We can talk about spending energy. This is a pretty common way to talk about things that take a lot of work or focus. When you spend energy doing something, you're using your effort. Like, we spent a lot of energy researching the best way to upgrade the website. Or, Jenny spent a lot of energy putting together a really nice party for Jack's birthday. In other words, it took her a lot of effort and hard work to make that party happen. You get the idea. Spending energy is all about putting in effort. And by the way, you can also be spent. When you spend all of the energy in your body or the energy in your brain, you are spent. That's right. To be spent means to be exhausted or really tired. You might say something like, I was totally spent after the race. Or maybe, you look spent. What happened? When you say I'm spent, it's like saying I've got nothing left in the tank. No more energy. You're done. You're spent. So, there you go. Spend might seem simple, but it's a super useful word with lots of real-life uses. Keep an ear out for it in conversations and try using it in these different ways. You'll sound more natural and fluent. And, hey, thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope it was time well spent. Keep in mind, the best way to remember English like this and any other word or phrase in English is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Do you want to get more practice using your English? Well, then you should join my Podcast Learners Study Group. There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 834. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.